What's up everyone? Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Preeti and I am both a real estate and a mortgage broker for close to 20 years. Now, if you remember, last week I spoke about my friend who came to Canada and bought a home that eventually closed in June of 2022 and how they assumed the existing tenant without getting a new lease signed. If you have not seen that video, then I would highly recommend checking it out. Now, they were buying a property on an assignment and the agent told them that their closing costs would be 1.5% of the purchase price, but it was an assignment and 1.5 is just scratching the surface when it comes to an assignment sale. Not only did they have to fork out the $24,000 for the HST rebate, but also the additional builder or pre-construction closing costs. Today, I'm going to cover the topic of the closing costs that they incurred on the assignment sale. But before I proceed, you know the drill. Make sure to like, share, tap the bell icon, hit the subscription button. It gets me motivated to keep you up to date with everything real estate. Now, before I proceed, I want to make it very clear that I'm not against assignments. I think they can be a very good purchase as long as you know exactly what you're getting into. You're getting into a brand new home with all the perks and you did not have to lock your money in for 2 years with the builder. And as much as it is exciting to move into a brand new mint condition home, it is also imperative that you familiarize yourself with the cost associated with this purchase. Having a qualified and experienced agent is the first and the most important step. If the agent you work for is familiar with everything assignment, then this purchase could be one of the best you would ever make. As much as buying an assignment goes, what a lot of agents neglect to advise their clients are the closing costs, which invariably comes as a rude shock when you as the buyer get a call from your lawyer. Closing cost. This is something that every buyer treats as, meh, we can handle this. And yes, if you are a first-time home buyer, the closing cost can very well fit within the 1.5% of the purchase price guideline that the banks have set or want to see. But today's video is all about the closing cost in an assignment sale. See, when the seller signed the contract with the builder, he negotiated a deal there and then itself and signed the contract. That same deal is what you are getting, and that includes the closing cost, which in the pre-construction world is called levy charges. These are essentially a tax issued to the developer from the city when the developer receives their building permit. Now, developers are required to pay these levies to the municipality in order to help fund the city's infrastructure to support this particular development. The builder in turn charges the buyer these levy charges as per their condo square footage, and of course adds their own little extra, you know. The good news is nowadays builders cap these charges, so they cannot go over the agreed upon price, which can vary anywhere from $10,000 all the way up to $25,000 or even more depending on what type of construction it is. Now, if this was the only charge, then it was manageable, right? But no, this is not the only closing cost. Apart from the levy charges, they also take prorated property taxes, Tarian setup fees, which can be anywhere from $1,300 change, prorated occupancy fees, common expenses fees, along with 3 months of reserve fund setup fees. All these extra costs add up to approximately $4,000 depending on the builder and the time of closing. Still not bad. But don't forget the two most important costs, the land transfer tax and the HST rebate. Yes, on the assignment, the HST rebate falls on the shoulders of the new buyer, and that's an additional $24,000 that's needed. But don't be disheartened, you get that money back. Now, I won't go into details because I have done videos on this topic already, so please go check that out. So, to sum it up, you are looking at a refundable deposit of $24,000 for the HST rebate, another $4,000 as an additional cost, and depending on the builder, around $15,000 average as levy charges. On a $700,000 purchase price, the land transfer tax in Toronto would be $21,000, taking your closing cost to approximately $64,000. Oh, and don't forget your lawyer, you have to pay them too. So with my friend, her purchase price was $700. Her closing cost was almost 10% of the purchase price in comparison to the expected 1.5 that she was told she would need. Now you can turn around and tell me, but yeah, the HST rebate is coming back. Okay, let's take that out of the equation. Now your closing cost is $40,000, bringing you to a closing cost of approximately 6% of your purchase price. Now these numbers can change. If you're a first-time home buyer, you get a $4,000 rebate on your land transfer tax. Or if you're buying outside the GTA, then there is no double land transfer tax. But it's always prudent to have a ballpark figure of 8 to 10% of the purchase price as a cost of closing a pre-construction in mind to avoid a future heart attack. Now, if this is the case, why are assignments still such a big hit? Because because people are unaware of these costs till it's too late and they cannot back out. So they beg, borrow, and steal, and somehow manage to close the deal. Again, I would like to reiterate, assignment closings are not bad. You can get the properties below market value, especially in today's market, but know the costs associated and work with an agent who can negotiate all these costs for you. Or better yet, call me and I will guide you correctly. So if you like this video, please click on the boxes on the screen. Once again, my name is Preeti Rao and my contact information is in the description box below. Make sure to hit like, share, subscribe, and the bell icon so you won't miss any of the future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to call me because I hold the key that opens the door to your dream home.